What's up, guys? Oh, I have not the right thing up. 1 second while I fix this. There we go. All right. Hi. What's up, Igor? What's up, Taco? How y'all doing today? It's Sunday. It's a day that I'm not supposed to be here, but because I slept until 10 minutes before I was supposed to go to work, I was not able to stream yesterday. Weird how that works. So we're making it up today. Let me do another thing that I forgot to open up real quick. And there we go. Okay. So yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at Octavia, Regongar, and the pregenerated ranger, Vyleen. Who, funnily enough, is the character that my buddy used whenever he played through the game. I don't know if he used the auto level for her, but he did use, he did just pick her as his character when he played through Kingmaker. So yeah, let's get started with Octavia. So Octavia and Regongar, they come in at level 2. Sorry, I thought it was level 3. They come in at level 2. Not sarcasm, sleep is really important. Yeah, honestly, like, I almost didn't go to work yesterday. Ranger is indeed a great class for this game. It is. As is shown by Akundayo and his beastliness. So I really didn't want to walk into work yesterday. I've kind of been making the joke to some of my coworkers, but it's actually true. There's not a single level surface between my house and my work. While it's only a 20 to 30 minute walk, it's a hell of a walk. Because basically, the way that it's set up is you got my house over here. You got my work over here. There's a valley in between. So the people that, you know, there's the joke that the old people always say, I walked uphill both ways. I can actually say that. I have to walk uphill both ways to and from work. And every sidewalk is fucking slanted because the people that built them don't know how to use a fucking level. So it's just tearing up my feet and my legs because I'm not used to that shit. Nothing to do with this 30+ point buy. I don't know what you're talking about, Igor. Speaking of point buys and things, let's take a look at wait. Alright, so we got 10 strength, only 8 con. I think Octavia might be the first person that we will have seen that has a negative con modifier. Right? Is she the only one? Always has to take a breath in the map. Yeah, that is one thing that you don't have to worry about in Wrath, but yeah, in this game I'll think that even Nenio is that low. Yeah, I don't think there's any other character that has a negative con modifier. Yeah, even Lindsay's got 14. I mean, Lindsay's got a oh no, wait, no, she doesn't. Oh, she's a halfling. Duh, she's a halfling, not a gnome. But yeah, 8 con is really rough because in Kingmaker, the con mod, is it the just the con modifier itself, or is it fort save that determines whether or not you start getting fatigued and exhausted and all that? Jthal is 5 con. Doesn't feel that because undead. Did we go over her point buy? And it was like a flat 10 or something, I thought. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, 8 con is really weird, but 8 dex. Where's the enhancement coming from? Oh, wait. It's this. Okay. Okay. So she's got an 18 dex, 10 strength, 19 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 14 charisma. So the charisma doesn't really do much for her, right? She's an elf with 16 strength, 16 wisdom, and 14 charisma. So they had to give up something to... Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe that is true. Maybe that is true. I can't remember. I might also just be thinking of a different character. Because I know there was an undead character that we did that for. It might not have been her. It might have been one of the undead companions in Wrath. So yeah, like, yes. And also, look at that. We got if we're putting points into intelligence, we're actually going to have an even number at the end, which is kind of fucking great. But yeah. Oh, what are we putting it? Well, we could do that when we level up, right? Okay, so we got skill focus trickery, which is interesting. Well, we'll do that. Actually, you know what? We'll just hit the level up thing. All right, so skills. Mobility, trickery, stealth, knowledge arcana, knowledge world, perception, persuasion, UMD. Yeah? Sadly, neither game nor mods have the class archetype. Yeah. $14 charisma useful. Yeah, I mean, she does get UMD, which as a wizard class character, that does make a bit of sense for. Also, as an arcane trickster class, it makes sense to have UMD, so that 14 does help that a bit. How is her perception that high? He says, oh, duh, half elf. And also trap finding from the rogue. Okay. I was wondering how the extra... Yeah. I just like how the scroll over fucking pop-up isn't happening. I have to right-click to get that to pop up for some reason. Like, yeah, see, this one's working. Now. Whatever. It just decided that it didn't want to work for me right then. All 6-6 RPG is truly the devil's game. I know, right? Hi, kitten. Whatever kingdom management positions. Is she... I can't remember what her kingdom management things... It's been so long since I played with kingdom management on. I can't remember anything about it, honestly. But yeah, let's take a look. So we got skill focus trickery, which actually I didn't actually look at that. So that puts her trickery up to 9. Wait a second. So 3 ranks, 3 decks, 3 class skill, right? 3 ranks, 3 decks, 3 class skill, 3 skill focus trickery equals 12, but this is only showing 9, which is interesting. Magister and Curator? Maybe. Then only 2 rank. Why only 2 ranks here? What is this? And then 1 in all of these. Like, her skill ranks are actually really strange. Bonus on level up screen doesn't show all modifiers for some reason. I have noticed that in the past. I've noticed that in the past, but I always thought that it was bonuses that were chosen on that level. So, like, if we were to take skill focus trickery now instead of at level 1, that it would be happening now. But that's not the case. Yeah, that's a little bit weird, but not the end of the world. Also, this also doesn't show everything because this does not show the +1 bonus. But yeah, let's take a look at her feat. So we've got skill focus trickery, which she's probably going to be one of the best trickery people outside of fucking Knock Knock. So if you don't have Knock Knock in your party, she's going to be one of the best ones. And because of the Arcane Trickster thing, she has the ranged trickery, right? And she's the only one that can retry trickery checks because of that. So her having a really high trickery check is very nice. Also, I have now said trickery enough times that it doesn't sound like a word anymore. It's just a jumble of sounds. Point blank shot. Yeah, she's gonna be an arcane trickster. Arcane tricksters do tend to fucking hell. Okay, it's not actually a problem. Not actually a problem. Never mind. Ignore me. Yeah, if you're gonna be an arcane trickster, until you get to level 10 in arcane trickster, you're gonna be want to use ray spells or other spells that have a single target. So point blank precise shot is pretty vital, right? Spell focus transmutation. I mean, as a speedrunner, that's really nice because, you know, you want to boost up that baleful polymorph. However, not exactly. Second, you get Arcane Trickster 10. You should have those gloves that give you infinite Scorching Ray, so no reason to use any other spell. Not true, because at level 10, you get Sneak Attack on your AoE spells. So you could be using Sneak Attack, Chain Lightning, Sneak Attack, Fireball, Sneak Attack, Cone of Cold, all that stuff. Disintegrate is transmutation as well. Web is transmutation in this game, so it's pretty useful. Web is scary because there's no selective. I avoid when I played this game, even casually, I avoided the hell out of things like web and grease and all that stuff, the floor things, because there's no way to dismiss them without mods, and I didn't play with mods. There's no way to dismiss them, and there's no way to do things, other things, weird things. Avoid affecting your party members because there's no selective meta magic. So while I understand how useful web is, I preferred not to use it because Jesus. Also accomplished sneak attacker, which makes a bit of sense. We are losing well, it's needed, right? We need accomplished sneak attacker for what she's going for later on. Spells. Oh yeah, because she has to actually choose her spells. What does her spell book look like? Large person, reduced person, expeditious retreat, mage armor, color spray, snowball, vanish, magic missile, true strike. Okay. Access to infinite one-turn grease. Now I just leave her spamming it because leopard just ignores it, and large frontliners don't get that close to the puddle. Carried extra dimension doors to avoid my own spells. Jesus. Imagine needing to do that. Also, imagine not using, like... Oh, never mind. I mean, at the very least, hurricane bow, maybe? I don't know. No, I guess not. Those are both pretty trash. For her, right? Those are both really bad for her. All right, Scorching Ray right off the bat. Bull Strength is also a nice spell to have. Yeah, this is just a really weird and we did boost so we are boosting our intelligence as well. So that's huge. That's like really, really fucking good for us. But we didn't max out stealth. We didn't grab any new skills. Right? Yeah. Level 3, accomplished sneak attacker. Yeah, exactly. Wait, because she should have an extra 5 points to put in, right? Because of her intelligence boost? Or was it just 2? Did she put them here? With the bare minimum ranks necessary to qualify for Arcane Trickster as early as possible? Well, I mean, like, she's keeping mobility and trickery maxed. And knowledge arcana. All of these are maxed. Should only get 2 there? Where'd she put the... I guess she... It's fine. Not a big deal. But yeah, so Scorching Ray, Bull Strength. 2 very good spells to get, right? Bull Strength is going to be very useful for the majority of frontliners. So... Requires mobility, trickery, and arcane all at 4. Yeah. Yeah. And then she gets ranged legerdemain. And there's her first level in Arcane Trickster. So she gets that as early as possible. All right. Yeah, trickery 4, mobility 4. Yeah, I think it's yeah, knowledge arcana 5 for Dragon Disciple. I keep thinking that Arcane Trickster needed 5, not 4. Oh my god, not 4. Also, Precise Shot, nice. Yeah, Precise Shot, like I said, is basically necessary because we're going to be spamming a lot of ray attacks. So we definitely don't want to be taking that -4 penalty. So this is basically... And, like, we're not really wanting to use a lot of DC spells, although her DC spells are going to be very good because, you know, she's already got that 20. Inevitable toughness to fuck the entire build. So far, it's been amazing. Yeah, so far the build's been pretty good. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is I don't know if I would have taken Spell Focus Transmutation. Not for like a general overall build. Like I kind of was talking about the speedrun strat, but in the speedrun we don't get her anymore, so it's not even useful for that. But yeah, Spell Focus Transmutation. It's kind of an outlier. But then again, what would we have taken instead? Right? Because that's a wizard class. Spell Focus Transmutation is good for slow, which I think she does take. I think she does grab slow. We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. And then we do get web. And we get mirror image. Mirror image is fine. Since vitals is useless on her. Like that's my usual second go-to for level 2 spells. Maybe a fox's cunning or cat's grace. But beyond that, mirror image is fine. Create pit is always fun. Yeah, she just grabs haste and slow. All right. Oh, interesting. She's stopping mobility. Why? What is this fucking skill build? Like her points are all over the fucking place. Does look like she's keeping Knowledge Arcana maxed. Keeping Trickery maxed. But why is stop on mobility? Why stop on stealth? Like, these are both skills that she's going to be very good at. Until you get Knock Knock, which you don't find until chapter 3. Right? She's probably going to be your best stealth person until then. So obviously Knock Knock's got like a 500 dex, so, you know. That guy's going to beat her out on these, but until you get him, mobility is useless for her. Doesn't have dodge, it's not acrobatic, so it'll save her from melee enemy at her face. But I'm talking specifically about just, you know, mobility rolls. Like skill checks that you find in the world. Which I can't remember how often those show up in this game. But like she's instead maxing out UMD, which I would say is a less important thing to keep maxed. Lots of annoying tree trucks. Yeah. I whenever I'm talking mobility, I'm never ever talking about like the in combat uses of mobility. Yeah, the perception, I honestly don't see any reason for it to have a single point in persuasion. Putting 1 point into persuasion doesn't really help that much. Putting 1 point into knowledge world, maybe a little bit in the early game. But you know, it's that jack of all trades, master of none thing. You really don't want to be a jack of all trades in a Pathfinder game. You want to be as good as you can possibly get at whatever it is that you can be as good. You know, like, you want to be as good as you could possibly get at as many things as possible. But you don't want to sacrifice your top tier stuff so that you can bring up something that's mediocre. So like putting 1 point into persuasion, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. You're going to have people that are going to be better at it than you. Especially once you get to level 6. Especially when you only have a +6. Right? When you have a +6, that literally means that even if the person has a 10 charisma and it's not a class skill, they only have to get to level 6 to get your persuasion matched. If you only do this. Knowledge World, it is all the way up to 9. And I think of the ones that are not maxed out, I would say Knowledge World is probably right behind Mobility and Stealth. Because I think she's got the highest intelligence of any of your party members. She knows little about the world. Wait. I don't know if I agree about that. With that. Because A, she's nobility. She grew up as nobility. So she would have had a lot of teachers, a lot of tutors, a lot of people to teach her all the things. And B, being an ex-slave does not necessarily mean that you don't have any knowledge of the world. Is what characters' knowledge about people, systems, and that make civilization run, and historical events that make societies what they are today. Yeah, she should definitely have a pretty high knowledge world. Creator to detect forgeries, decipher writing, identify monsters, humanoids, and recall knowledge about geography, history, people, and place. Yeah, her knowledge world, if we're talking about RP, her knowledge world should actually be especially knowing how to cook. That's just a weird thing that knowledge world just happens to apply to in this game. But if you're talking about what this actually says, knowledge about people, systems that make civilizations run, historical events that made societies what they are today, if you're talking about those things right there, that is 100% what a rich, noble person's tutelage would encompass. Like, they would be taught all these things. Because they would have to. This isn't fucking like Donald Trump's dumbass kids that don't know shit. This is, you have to learn this stuff so that you can then, you know, continue our line and don't fucking wipe our family line out because you get us all killed because you're an idiot. Knowledge, nobility, local history, and one other that nobody remembers. Yeah. Yeah, it's been so long since I played Kingmaker tabletop, Pathfinder tabletop, that I kind of forget that this is not the full class list or skill list, right? I'm so used to this one. But anyway, we get haste and slow. I really like haste. I don't know if I like slow as her first level 3 spell. Like, it's not a bad spell. It's one that I've literally never used. Because I prefer to just kill people than slow them down. It's not like the Technic League spent money on giving her world almanacs. Well, here's the thing. How long was she a slave? I I legitimately can't remember like the timeline of her story because she didn't haste plus heroism or haste plus fireball would be my choice. Yeah. Yeah. Let's actually find out. Kingmaker Octavia. Da, 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 da. Oh, it was as a young child. Never mind. I thought it was I thought that it was she ran away. I couldn't fucking hell. I thought she ran away. Literally escaped slavery when we fought. Yeah. I knew that part. I know that there's multiple times where she tried to escape slavery. Like her and Regongar are um notorious runaways, right? They're constantly trying to run away. Hmm. But she is a wizard. She obviously had access to books. She's not a great wizard by the time we get to her, though. And I think that here. Sold to the Technic League as a young child. Sorry, I was sitting here just being completely silent while I'm reading through her story. Sold to the Technic League as a young child, she has few memories of her time before her enslavement, most vividly remembering the color of her mother's dress and that her mother was crying when selling her. As a slave of the Technic League, she was trained as a wizard and taught a variety of utility spells to allow her to perform useful tasks. A unique skill set which was responsible for her master's unwillingness to kill or permanently harm her when she acted out of line. Um, as an expression of resistance, Octavia would pretend to be stupid and unable to learn what her masters attempted to teach her, frustrating their attempts to impose their will on her. She was frequently sold to new masters when her old one became too frustrated with her behavior to continue tolerating her. And then she met Regongar, and they kept trying to run away over and over and over again. All right, so yeah, it was a lot earlier than I thought. I thought she ran away from home and then got captured and as a slave later. All right, we got the impromptu sneak attack. One round per day for every 2 levels beyond third. An Archaeotrickster can maintain the yeah. So we finally get greater spell focus transmutation, which at this point there's improved initiative. Meta magics. Since she's a wizard, she doesn't have to worry about her meta magics making her spells full round. So that's nice. So I would actually like to see at least one or two, like maybe an empower or a maximize. I don't want to see quicken. Even heighten would be nice. Spell penetration would be nice. I really hope that we see that. But for right now, finishing up greater spell focus transmutation is fine, I guess. And then we get Fireball and Stinking Cloud. Weapon Focus, Ray, Dazzling, Shatter are my usual picks, but require having another Intimidator. Huh. Interesting. I never even thought about that feat line. I feel like that's... I kind of feel like that's a bit excessive almost. Because To be fair, Frightful Aspect is a level 8 spell, so you don't get that until way later. Since a Razor multi-hit, she triggers flat-footed all the time. Yeah. Because like for her, because Shatter Defense is basically here. Let's just show unavailable. And he's shaken. Is flat-footed. Okay, yeah. Hit by you this round is flat-footed to your attacks till the end of your next turn. This includes any additional attacks you make this round. Okay. On the other hand, at level 4 you can just get greater invis. Yeah, yep. I gotcha. I did think that it was lowering AC. I did think it was lowering AC. That's why I wanted to double check what it actually did. It does have the effect of lowering AC, but that's not but that's a side effect of what is actually happening. Because like you don't actually need to get them flat-footed to get your sneak attack damage. If they're being flanked by your melee, you'll get sneak attack. If you're invisible with greater invis, you'll get sneak attack. If you go before them in the first round, you get sneak attack. Imagine wasting rounds per level on greater invisibility, waiting for a Miri to get up from the puddle, disentangling from a web. I mean, if you're greater invis, like, okay, so especially once you get into late levels, if you're greater invis, or even if you're not, like, say you got improved initiative, right? Because she's already got a high dex. So her initiative is already going to be very high. You get improved initiative to boost that even more. She's almost guaranteed to go first most of the time. And then say you hit the entire group of enemies with a max with a well, hell, go for it. With a maximized fireball. You're hitting that entire group of enemies for 10d6, so 60 damage, because we're saying it's maximized, just for funsies. 10d6, plus all of your sneak attack damage, which I believe should also be maximized. You have a very good chance of just killing the entire group before they even get a turn. And then you also have, you have the invisible thief thing. You also have what we got this level, impromptu sneak attack. I feel like you have many options. By the time you have greater invis, you can have freedom of movement of mirror. You can do that as well. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I feel like getting her more ways to get sneak attack is unnecessary because she's got two right here. She's got impromptu sneak attack, which made this 1 round per day for every 2 levels beyond 3rd. Can maintain the stance for 1 additional round to a maximum of 4 rounds at 9th level. So it's not often, but you can toggle it on, use it, and turn it back off, right? And then once you get to 9th level, you get the Invisible Thief, right? Up to 10 rounds per day at max. So that's what, 13 rounds per day that you have access to guaranteed sneak attack damage for what you're doing on top of anything else that you're doing. But we'll see. We'll see what her feat chain looks like at the end. Yeah, and then we get greater. No, not obsidian flow. I mean, I guess it's 1 hour. Imagine. Hello? I would like to be able to read the thing. Thank you. Fuck that. This is a spell that's never getting used ever. This is a spell that's never getting used. So yeah, we got greater advis. Controlled fireball, dimension door. Hell, even shout. But I'll definitely take controlled fireball or dimension door here. Fuck obsidian flow, this is trash. "15 acrobatics is required to charge across the area. Creature falls prone in the area, takes 1d6 points of damage from sharp obsidian." Fuck that. Nope. Never once is this ever being used in any of my games. Okay, we do get meta magic. We do get empower spell. I was curious about that. We then do get stone skilling controlled fireball. We do now have our second level of impromptu sneak attack. Let's see. Spell pen, greater spell pen. Then we have three feet. Improved no, not improved. Improved initiative. Hate that abjurations one of our opposition schools. Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, yeah, because that disallows for. Wait. Where's freedom of... Oh. Hey, it's time to wake up. Necro divination. I could see that. Wait. Isn't... Oh shit, wait, she took an abjuration spell as one of her... Interesting. Freedom of movement is divine. Where is it? It should literally be right here. Isn't it a level 4 spell? Is freedom of movement not a level 4 spell? Am I just being stupid? Yeah, I know they could cast them. I'm just surprised that the auto build, it's divine only. Really? I could have sworn that I've... Divine plus bard. Oh, okay. Huh. I could have sworn I've seen it on a wizard or sorcerer spell list. Weird. Yeah. Okay. Fine, I guess. Genie kind, which is very strange, and then acidic spray, which I guess is fine. Um, I'll take a cone of cold. Icy prison. Icy prison. Imagine icy prison, but the per round damage ticks all get the sneak attack. Imagine if that's how that worked. You get hit by this thing and you're just fucked, taking sneak attack damage every round. It'd be fucking evil. Instead of genie kind, I would much rather see animal growth or baleful polymorph. Or fucking angelic aspect. Right? Um uh Cloud kill. Yeah, there's a lot of different for the entire one animal companion in the game. That animal companion is goated though. Big ass doggo. Trip attack on bite, right? Wait, does he have the trip attack on bite? He should. If he doesn't, that really, really sucks. Because I'm trying to remember back to when I used him. In the speed runs, and I can't remember the dog actually tripping anybody. Because it wasn't until I started playing through Akbo is a good boy. Akbo is a very good boy. I'm trying to remember whether or not he tripped. Because yeah, I didn't actually start taking trips seriously until I played the Midnight Isles DLC. I built a team around Trip, and that's when I realized just how good it could be. So I feel like the dog doesn't get Trip, which is a little bit unfortunate. That does actually make animal growth a little bit less useful. But I mean, GD kind is also dog, wolf, and leopard all tripping kingmaker. Okay. I knew leopard and a wolf did. And I thought the dog did too. Um I feel like this one Wrath added trip for gore. Yeah. Except for the Triceratops. Apparently the Triceratops just got passed over on that particular fucking effect. Which is bullshit, because it's the best pet that you could get. I'm not mad. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Genie Kind as your first transmutation spell here. I feel like Angelic Aspect or Baleful Polymorph would probably be one of the best too. But whatever. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Poor Bismuth. Poor Syra. Wow, we're really leaving mobility behind, huh? Only 7. Actually now have more points of perception in UMD than we do in mobility. Interesting. I wonder if we're going to max any of these out at level 12. Cone of Cold and Dominate Person, good. And we got Quicken. That sucks. All right, nope. This is like the first choice that I'm really against. I really, really do not like this choice. They should 100% not have done that. They need to have, like I said, improved initiative, heightened spell, maximize spell. We did get Empower, so that's good at least. But yeah, Quicken, it's just too goddamn expensive. For what you get out of it in real time only. Again, this is going off of real time combat. If you're playing turn based, then Quicken is way, way better. Quicken is far better in turn based than it is in real time. All right, Disintegrate, Chains of Light. What are the options here? Chain Lightning, Hellfire Ray, Greater Heroism, and you chose these two? Excuse me? Why? Well, hello, baby girl. You gotta come up and say hi to everybody? No? You're running away? Well, fine. I feel like any of the mass spells would have been better. Well, okay, wait. Disintegrate's not bad. Like, it's actually a really good, offensive transmutation spell. But I feel like Chain Lightning Hellfire Ray or Chain Lightning Heroism Greater or Hellfire Ray Heroism Greater, like these three right here, I think are the three that you want to grab. Although I guess you do want to get at least one transmutation spell so that you can fill that one spell slot, right? Because you get that extra spell slot. Why is my stream buffering? What is happening here? Why does my internet suck? Damn it. There's not much I can do about it. There's actually literally not. Well, actually, there is one thing that I could do about it. Um, Hopefully that helps a little bit. True Sight? Yeah, True Sight's another good choice. But, as we can see here, we do have access to True Sight via another person. And Greater Heroism, if you have Lindsay in the party, you will also have access to that. What the fuck? No, unfortunately, it is my internet that is fucking up. I don't even know how much is actually getting through right now. So I'm kind of trying not to go over too much right now until my internet stabilizes again. We're just gonna kind of hang out for a minute. Um, Why are you like this, internet? All right. I think we're there. I think we got there. I don't think that I did anything that caused the difference. because it's still fluctuating a bit more than I would like it to be. But it's currently green, which means should be able to see and hear me pretty well. Maybe refresh the page because of the lag. Sometimes that will actually put you back, so that you're not as up to date as you could be with the stream. So maybe refresh your page, and yeah, we will kick right on. So yeah, we were talking about Disintegrate in Chains of Light. Hello, welcome back. Hi Taco, how are you? Actually, yeah. Yeah, Chains of Light should definitely be either Chain Lightning, Hellfire Ray, or Greater Heroism. I think that's the long and short of it. It should be one of those three spells. Not Elemental Assessor, especially not in Kingmaker. Maybe in Wrath. There are some builds where Elemental Assessor is really, really good. Not so much in Kingmaker. Especially since there's a lot of enemies that have a lot of different elemental resistance. Which is the point of the spell. The point of the spell is to find out what they resist if you don't succeed at your roll. But, you know, just succeed at your roll and then you don't have to worry about it. Spell Focus Conjuration is shit. Unfortunately, we are now getting to the point where the build is actually dying. Oh, and we did miss our level 12 build, so it looks like we got stealth back up to max. We got mobility up to 10, and we got perception and UMD both up to 12. We got another point persuasion and knowledge world as well, because fuck it, I guess. That's just weird. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, Spell Focus Conjuration is trash. She should not have taken it. If she was gonna take another Spell Focus, it should be Evocation. Because for fuck's sake, she's an Arcane Trickster. She's going to be casting a lot of Evocation spells. But because of Spell Focus Conjuration, we can now no longer get enough feats to max out the Spell Focus, Spell Penetration, and also get Improved Initiative, which are like the three things that I would want. Spell Pen and Improved Initiative for sure. And extra Spell Focus, not exactly something that I care about that much. And not something that I think the game should have done. But unfortunately, we don't have a choice here. We might be able to get something out of this final wizard bonus feat. Because once we get done with, we only have one more level of Arcane Trickster before we're done with it. And then we're back to wizard, I think. We will see on that point. But yeah, we'll find out here shortly. Yeah, we do get Invisible Thief. We already talked about that. It's also not a choice, so there's not really much that we could say about that. And then we get Legendary Proportions and Firebrand. So Legendary Proportions is easily the best buff spell in the game. Firebrand, on the other hand, I mean, it makes it so that you don't have to worry about hitting them with Fireball. But if that's something that you're worrying about, I feel like you just have to aim your fireballs better. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Firebrand is kind of a waste of a spell. I do not like it at all. rather see Key Shout, or even go down a level. You know, because we still don't have Chain Lightning, we still don't have Hellfire Ray. Like, we're missing some very important level 6 spells here, and we don't need Firebrand. Period. Cast Controlled Fireball. Yeah, that's that too. And then Augment Summoning. What the actual fuck? Alright, so we have one whole summon spell, and we got 2 feats to go with it. Really? Of all the things to pick. Why? Okay. So it gives a +4 to Constitution, which means that the summoned creatures are going to be lasting longer than they would otherwise, which means if you summon a group of creatures around an enemy, you can then guarantee that those creatures are not going to be, well, that they're going to be flanking that enemy, which guarantees that you're going to be getting sneak attack damage on that enemy. And I feel like this is far more... Is this AoE? It is AoE. So what, you summon monster 7, then you Firebrand, then you do damage? Or you just do damage? Or you could just do damage. I don't know. I feel like that's probably the better thing to do here. Oh, hey, look at that. We finally get spell penetration. Imagine a world where you get spell penetration. Angelic aspect greater instead of frightful aspect, which would be just better. Frightful aspect is just objectively better than angelic aspect greater. We get polar ray, which